miłości afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Indeed, it is a new day, a Sunday, a bright Sunday, a day that the Lord has made that we should all be glad and rejoice. Indeed, it's a sunny day, so therefore, let us continue to enjoy the most of the day this afternoon, coming right to your doorsteps from Richmond Media Health Issues. Today's episode is My Food, My Medicine, Part 2. We started last week. We couldn't finish it up, so today we are bringing you the second phase of it, which will conclude and complete the work that we started last week. We got to know what we have to do, the type of food that we have to choose in order not to buy medicine, but rather eat a healthy food that will prevent us from getting diseases and illnesses that will shorten our lives. Or rather, if we choose good ones to eat and the appropriate one at the appropriate time, our lives will be prolonged so that we can enjoy the days that the Lord has given to us. At this moment, I would like us once again to introduce to you my brother that I am always on this platform with. That's my twin brother. If you don't see me, you will definitely see him. However, you might see both of us. Brother George, once again, welcome to Richmond Media.
Thank you.
How are you today?
By divine selection, I'm doing great. And I hope and believe that our viewers and our cherished listeners, they are also doing well.
Thank you. We are all doing well. On behalf of our listeners and our viewers, I am responding to everyone. Once everyone is present here, that means the person is kicking well and healthy. To our viewers and listeners, we encourage you, we welcome you to this platform once again, and we encourage you to ask your family members, friends to join us as you also share the program, subscribe, and click on the notification bell, which will allow you to receive every program, the alert of every program from this platform. Thank you so much. And don't forget to give us a comment as we continue to enjoy the program. Brother George, we started last week. We got to know the link between food and medicine and what we have to do. We are continuing. We even started with the what are the factors to consider before eating, and then the network couldn't help us, so we could not continue. So please, can you continue from last week so you can add after factors to consider after eating as well. If we have before, then we should know after as well so that it will complete the whole program. Thank you, Brother George. The platform is yours. Thank you.
Okay, welcome. I know my slides will be displayed. Yeah, we thank our viewers and our listeners. We really appreciate you a lot because now that we have busy schedules here and there, it's not easy for you to get someone just to be by his or her media listening and watching you. So we appreciate your time very well. So to recap and move on to today's lesson, we have studied from last week that we want our food to be our medicine. Then we established that the prescriber who prescribed our food is the Most High God, who is our creator. Therefore, we assured everyone that you are not just by chance. You didn't come to this world by chance, but someone thought and reasoned together to bring you into being. Therefore, don't devalue yourself because you are not just by chance. Then the one who is our creator also thought about our health. Then one aspect that will contribute to our health is what we term as what to eat. And we are saying, based on the topic, food as medicine. So your food can be your medicine when you are taking your medicine from the prescribed personnel. So if we are linking it or we are comparing it with our normal medications that we are taking, then it means that doctor needs to assess you first. then he will know where exactly there's a problem before he can prescribe some drug for you. Therefore, we ascertained from last week that our human body, the machinery, was being created by God. He knew every aspect of our life, where the liver is, where the kidney is, the strength and everything. Therefore, he added what to eat as food. When we diligently follow those laws, those principles, then it means that we will really get good health. And we ascertain that even when you don't have any condition and you are following these principles, it will maintain your health. If you have a condition and you are eating or you are following this healthful practice in regards to eating that we are about to again add, it also help restore your health. And if you are the palliative state where we say there is no hope, and you are also adding a quality proper diet to whatever you are doing, it will help maintain your health. So that is where we reached last week, and we want to continue. And by continuing, we were mentioning about, we reached where drugs can be given based on regimen. So last week we thought that when you come to the hospital or when you go to any physician to take care of you, the drugs that he will give you, he himself will describe this drug, take it morning, afternoon, and evening. Or this drug, take it morning and evening for its effectiveness. If you violate that law and you take it anyhow, you will not get the best out of whatever you are taking. So when you want your food to be your medicine, we need to also eat according to schedule, timing. Not because you just finished eating banku, then you saw someone also eating bread, then you say, oh, bread seller, I want to. Then you see someone eating jollof. That time you, especially those selling along the or on the roadside, like the supermarket, and when they see that this food is passing by, they will buy ice cream cake, they will buy yogurt, they will buy. Wrongful timing. So we want to advise that with the proper food, if you really want it to be your medicine, then the best interval should be 4 to 5 hours after cooked meal, so that you will not be eating in between to affect your health. Another aspect with the timely is water. So you see, timely is very important. So Ezekiel chapter 4, verse 11, God gave us how to drink our water in timely. So you cannot be there and say you drink water anyhow. No, you need to take water in timely, and it comes with its measurement. That's why we advise that when you want to take in water, when you want to drink water, don't wait for you to be thirsty before you take 2 liters and trying to consume all at a go. That one, you get what we call water intoxication. That can also lead to a lot of conditions. That case, you did not apply it as a medicine. But when you take it per at least 2 hours interval, so every 2 hours, you are likely to consume like 250 ml, which is half sachets of pure water, or half cup, which if you are using 500 ml. Then also you need to sip, and by sipping is like 1 or 2 mouthful. So you just put your water in your mouth, then 1 or 2 mouthful, then you put the bottle down as you are working, especially those who are doing the office work and other work. Then you put it down as you are working, then you take, then you sip, like that. That is the timely interval and the best timing and how to drink water. When you do it that way, it will work before you bring it out as urinating. But when you don't do it that way, you realize you just consume full cups of water, your belly become full, then you are going to urinate. It means it didn't do the work as it's supposed to do. When you come to the hospital and we give you drugs, or when you go to any prescribed professional and he's giving you a drug, either from any angle, he will give you a dosage. Therefore, if you try to overdose yourself, you will have its effect. So when your food should be your medicine, in this case, don't overeat, because you have heard that, oh, local rice is good, and you know some coconut oil is good. Therefore, you have prepared your jollof. Because it tastes nice or sweet, you want to consume all at a go. Okay, banku, little rice, little yam. You want to consume all. It becomes what we call gluttony, and in medicine, it becomes overdose. And anytime you overdose yourself with drug, you get it effect. You can be dizzy, or you feel dizziness. You can faint or collapse. Same way, when you overeat, what happens is that you feel dizzy, difficulty in even breathing. It affects most organs. So we need to also pay attention to what we call gluttony. And if we are linking it to medicine, we are talking about overdose. So we also want to tell those who always go to party or program that especially they will say, oh, this one is serve yourself. And when you serve yourself, you go, then you are likely to consume anything because you did not pay for anything. You want to consume as larger plate as you can. You need to be mindful of those things and take or keep watch on that. That's why the Bible says that when you, a layman, you sit on the table with a king, consider the thing that they have served you, and now you think twice. If you let gluttony take over, you overeat, and you get the consequences, as in you putting your own knife in your throat and killing yourself. So gluttony is something that can deter you and I from having the medicinal property from the food that we are eating. Another aspect too is about regularity in eating. With this regularity, your body is like a clock. And the clock means that if you train your body that every 6 o'clock p.m., I'm going to bed and sleep, you realize that even when it's 6 o'clock and you are walking somewhere, you begin to feel dizzy. So your body adjusts or adapts to that clockwise nature you have programmed it. Therefore, if you have positioned your system that every 6 o'clock or 8 o'clock is when I will take my breakfast, and this time is when I'll eat. When the time is approaching, you realize that the stomach will begin to secrete its own acid because it's ready to receive any food that is coming in. But if this morning you took your meal at 8 o'clock, tomorrow 12 o'clock, the next day 1 p.m., you realize that you are confusing your system. Therefore, you might be eating, but because you did not program it well, in addition to how you want the body to use it, it will not receive that medium that we want it to serve the medicinal purpose. So we need to also be watchful and note that. Proper spacing of meal. Why is it important? When you read a book called Counsels on Diet, page 173, paragraph 267, it says that the stomach must have careful attention. It must not be kept in continual operation. So if you are eating at irregular times, anything that is passing by, you want to eat, it means you are not keeping your stomach to relax or to rest, but you want it to operate in a continual medium. So give this misuse and misabuse organ some peace and quiet to rest. After the stomach has done its work for one meal, do not crowd more work upon it before it has had a chance to rest and before it has sufficient supply of gastric juice, that is the juice that will come and work on the food, is provided by nature to care for more food. That's what we said, that 5 hours at least should elapse between each meal. And always bear in mind that if you would give it a trial, you would find that 2 meals are better than even 3, because you'll be having spacing, and that regularity will also help us. Regularity, as we talked about in eating, beloved, is vital important. There should be a specific time for each meal because we want each organ to work. So this is how we mean by you being taking your food in regular basis. So when we abuse this, we don't get the medicinal property from the foods that we are eating. Now, when you come to any prescriber, the drugs that they will prescribe you will be based by your age. Therefore, the food that you need to eat should be based by your age, should be based by your sex, should be based by your condition. So aged food should be different from the child who has not developed teeth, and should be different from pregnant woman. So how do we link that? The diet for the child who has not developed teeth to chew things. What should be his food to be the medicine? Then it says that the health of a baby begins in the womb. So if you want to give drug to your unborn child in the belly or in the feet, in the womb, for the child to be healthier, and you can take any drug, then food. If you want it to be a medicine for that unborn child, the fetus, then it should begin from pregnancy. By the diet and the lifestyle habits of the father and the mother, they influence the health of the child. After the child is born, the mother's health choices are still important. So when the child has not developed teeth, same like if the child has not grown and come to or visit any facility for treatment, they will not be given tablets. They will be given syrups, which means liquid things that he can swallow. Same way, the food to serve as medicine for your baby from 0 to 6 months should be breast milk. Baby's best first food to serve as one medicine should be breast milk, especially the first format, the first one that comes like yellowish, where some people will say the dirty food, so they want to express it and throw it away. No, that is not dirty milk. That's the best milk. Why? Because it will contain all the vitamins, all the nutrients that the child needs. So the best milk for the baby, or the best food, is breast milk, if you want to really build the immune system of the baby. Now we want to add this. Some people, when their child is just very younger, they want to give honey, because probably they've heard that honey is good. Yes, honey is good for adults, but if your child should be between 1.5 to 2 years before you introduce honey as a sweetener for that child. Therefore, we want to encourage that if you want your food to be your medicine and you want something to be the sweetener for the child, it shouldn't be honey. It should be given after 1.5 years or 2 years. That will be best. So honey is one food sweetener that should not be given to babies in the first year, and avoid artificial sugar, the candies, the cakes, the ice cream, because that is not prescribed in the prescription that we learned last week. So we need to take note of that. Some foods to avoid in child's first 12 months. You talk about some of the foods. So every prescription will give you the likes and the dislikes. So if it's the child within that first 12 months, which is the first year, some foods you need not to introduce, like the salty foods, the spicy foods, the refined foods in the grains form, that is in the rice, the processed foods, the refined sugar. We've talked about the honey. We've talked about preservatives and other additives, canned foods, the chocolate tea, the caffeine drinks, the stimulant. They are all stimulants and should be avoided. Frying foods or deep frying foods, you need not to. Then cow's milk, either in the powder form or in the liquid form, you need not to. What will it do? It contributes to infant middle ear infections, gastroenteritis. Gastroenteritis means stomach problems. Gastro means stomach. Enteritis means the intestine. So problem emanating from your the stomach and the intestine. That's why they'll be having diarrhea. Some will be having protruded belly. Some will be having constipation. Then also it can lead to anemia, low hemoglobin, then iron deficiencies, asthma. So you realize that whenever you start your child with canned foods, because it's wrong prescription, he begins to have cough, cold, and now begin to be having respiratory symptoms. So we need to watch out for. That's some research that they did in one university in Australia. So we need to abide by those things. When you take medicine, we will tell you, example, some antibiotics, we will teach you, don't add milk to it. Don't add this particular food to the drug you are taking. It means some drugs will not go in line with some food. So we have what we call drug interaction. Drug interaction means that when you are taking this particular drug A, we are saying that when you take drug B, it will affect your system. So if a prescriber is giving you either or a chemical drug, he knows the ones that you don't combine together. Therefore, we want food interaction. About wrong combination. You have your banku and your contemporary stew. Then, because currently in Ghana, mango is in season, then you have your mango smoothie there. Because mango is in season, you have mango smoothie there. Then you are before your banku and okra stew or banku and ene stew. Then just you taking your meal, then you take the smoothie, you add to it. And one habit is whenever they goes to party and other occasions, they serve you with the rice, then they add the drink to it. Whenever you do that, it's not best medicine. Drug reaction or interaction. What happens is that that's where you begin to have effects, and you can get gas accumulation in your abdomen, indigestion leading to diarrhea, indigestion leading to heartburns. Those things comes as a result of food, which is quality, because the food we are seeing on the screen here is a quality food. But because we combine wrongful combination with a smoothie, it has interacted with it. And what happens is negative effect that you will get. Therefore, no wonder we are saying that knowledge in regards to how we shall eat and how we shall drink and dress in reference to health must be gained. So whenever you are eating and you are thinking that the food that I'm going to eat, the drink I'm going to swallow, my purpose is but not for fashion, then you need to get the knowledge so that you not combine. When it comes to juices, even with the juices, we have the alkaline fruits like the orange, like the pineapples and co. Then we have alkaline ones like the banana, the sap, the watermelon. You know that when you want to even combine them, you take them separately. So you combine the alkaline ones, and thankfully, those are the ones that you can use for smoothies, like the mango smoothie. Now, mango is in season now in Ghana. So you can take the mango smoothie, the banana smoothie, sap smoothie, look like those things. Whilst you take the pineapples and things, we call it like the juices. So it's very important to get that knowledge as well. Disturbances is created by improper of food, and also fermentation will set in, then it will pollute or contaminate your blood, then you get the effect, negative effect. That's why we are saying for the food to be your medicine, for the drink that you have to be your medicine, you need to look at its combination as well. So it's very, very important. Some medicine, we will tell you, when you drink it or when you put it in your mouth, take some time before you drink water. Some we will tell you, when you put in your mouth, drink plenty water. So what about food and water? Food is good. Water is good. But food should not be washed down. Taken with meals, water diminishes the flow of saliva. So you put rice in your mouth. Then you add 1 glass. So 1 tablespoon of rice, half cup of water, 1 tablespoon of rice, half cup of water. That's why the councils on diet and food, page 106, is saying that your food should not be washed down. You need to take time, chew the chilled foods well, so that the saliva can mix with it well. The saliva contains some enzymes, some salt, some water that will help with digestion. And when by the time it gets to the stomach, it means majority of digestion or the work has been done, because there is no machine in your stomach to continue that hard work. But the moment most of our viewers are swallowing food, chilled food with water, it causes problem in our stomach. And that's why we are having digestive problems nowadays, because even the chilled food we are swallowing. And we forget that when the food needs to be your medicine, chill the food well, so that it will not choke you for you to say, leave them, because they have not eaten a food in Ghana that we call eto before. When it choke you, you drink water. No. Chilled food, take your time to chew it well, and take enough time to drink water at a separate time. That will help us a lot. What about, we've talked about the drinking meals. Juices is fine. Yes, it's good you make your juices, it's good you are taking your smoothies, but caution, coldness in the extreme. So either ice water or ice lemonade taken with meals, we have talked about it. What will happen is that it will arrest digestion until the system will work on that cold thing that you have swallowed to create a warm environment before it will now come and work on the food itself. So when you do this, you cause a lot of burden in your stomach. So coldness, we need to be mindful of it, rather than even again combining them. That one too is caution. What about drinks? Hot drinks. Hot drinks are not required. Hot drinks are not required if you are taking it in a very hot state, but we will encourage that you take your things in a warm state. In a warm state, because either hot food or hot drink, extremely, you see, it will affect the internal or the digestive system, organs. At times, even your throat. So we have some men, because we have contributed food and want to do, we want to prove ourselves that we are men. Immediately after, and you know the food that they mostly use, oil rice. So just afterwards, with hot pepper. Then because I have paid, I don't want to lose this much. The moment we take it off fire, every hand, bam, bam. Then you see some people will be stretching and cold. Beloved, if the food is because of your health and you want to take the food as medicine, then that act is not a medicinal act. So we need to know how to go about those things and change from that extreme hot aspect. Chilled foods and swallowed foods. What do we say? Chilled foods should be chilled well before you swallow. Then swallowed foods like the banku, like the konkonte, tozafi, and wherever you find yourself, you have your swallowed food there. Make sure it's very soft so that you don't burden the stomach. Because the moment some people say that they want fufu, that is like a knot. In Ghana, they will say posim. When you want to tie your food, the swallowed food with knots, remember there's no hand in your stomach to untie that knot. So the moment you keep swallowing those foods in that thickness or heavy form, it will just lead to protruded abdomen, because the body is now going to work on this swallowed ball you have put in, and that leads to a lot of pot belly. But you want flat tummy and you are swallowing a heavy swallowed food, that one will not work. So we need to take note of that. Also, here is also another aspect. You know, we need vegetables. There is this notion out there that all vegetables should be eaten raw. That's the notion. Because we have all heard about those things before. But let's see another light that we can add to our knowledge. This is Science in the Kitchen by Miss E. Kellogg. When you read that book, page 56, it was written in 1893. It's talking about coarse vegetables. Coarse vegetables are like the broccoli, the cabbage, the cauliflower, those groups. He said vegetables should be cooked. These coarse vegetables should be cooked until they are perfectly tender, but not overdone. Many the caution here is overcooked, too long. Let's continue. Why quite as many more serve them in an undone state to preserve their form, that is in the raw form. Either of the plants either too long cooked or in its raw state, either plant makes them less palatable and likely to be indigestible. So the ideal thing is to steam, but not in its raw. Why? Let's continue. Said the heat breaks down the plant's thick cell wall. So you see, when you take cabbage, they have we say the crunchy part or the hard part. Same like the broccoli, same like the carrot, same like the beetroot. So when you chew them, you see, you feel some thing in your mouth. So you want to spit them out. That is what he's talking about. So the heat, when you are steaming them, it will help break the plant thick cell wall and aid the body uptake of vitamins and minerals that are bound to those cell walls. So when you steam it, it will rather improve the vitamin in it. The vitamins and minerals are embedded in a complex mass of fiber called cellulose. So for this cellulose, the body is not able to break it down. So when you heat it and it becomes soft, this cellulose, the body also needs it. And for it to be able to get to the inner cells of your body, that fibrous nature to get to your body, we need to steam it. So carbohydrate, the cellulose is a carbohydrate that is difficult for the body to digest. Let's continue. Some vegetables such as carrot, spinach, asparagus, and cabbage, when cooked, and here when cooked, we are still focusing on not too long, supply more antioxidants. And antioxidant is anything that prevents your body from diseases. So you take medicine to get antioxidant to fight against cancer. So if you want your vegetables to serve it antioxidant property to fight against condition, steam it. So he says such as carotenoid and ferulic acid to the body than they do when in raw state. That is Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry, 2008. Page 57. When you read the pages 139 to 147, you get this. So you realize that we need to get knowledge about how to eat for it to serve as medicine, but not because I was born into the history that vegetables shouldn't be steamed or vegetables should always be raw. So that is why when some individuals take in raw form of some of the coarse vegetables, they have effects. But when these same individuals steam it and use it, they have the benefit. So he said the proper preparation of this food is important. Therefore, to make these vegetables tender and more digestible, slow or steaming, cooking, baking will help reduce the coarse effect. So we did not talk about frying them, but we are talking about steaming them. Very, very important. Okay, sweetener. Sweetener. Most people want to add sugar to their meals just because they want it to taste. But we have a lot of sweeteners that can serve as medicine, like the honey, like the dates, also there, and like the fruits, sugarcane, also there. So if you are taking sugar, it's not a medicine. Cancels on Diet, page 327, paragraph 527 says that sugar clogs the system. It hinders the working of the living machinery. This is the living machinery, our body. Therefore, if you are taking refined sugar, either in drinks, either in food, either in flour form or any other form, what will happen is that it will not serve the medicinal format, but it will be like you are taking a fake drug. So it will rather clog your stomach, or it will clog your system, and it will hinder proper work. So we need to watch out. That's why the council goes ahead to say that far too much sugar is ordinary use in food, like cakes, like the jellies, like the jams. They are acts of indigestion, especially eggs and are the chief ingredients. So whenever you're making a product that even sugar, the milk, then the eggs are the chief ingredient, you are taking something that resembles medicine, but it's not medicine because it looks like food, but it's not food. Because last week our definition for food, we are saying it should preserve your health, it should restore your health, and it should cure your health. So anything you are taking and it's not going to do these things, it resembles food, but it's not food. Food allergies are being created from the dairies we are taking, the eggs we are taking, and other things. That's why when you give birth to a child, the time you are giving the breast milk, you see it's fine. But when you introduce dairies, then he begins the reactions, either frequent runny nose and those things. So we want food to be our medicine. That's why we need to be careful. So pediatrics, 1992-89, then the book you can read from page 1105 to that. As you are seeing the quote, say that babies who are fed whole cow milk during the second 6 months of life may experience a 30% increase in intestinal blood loss and a sufficient loss of iron in their stools. Food as medicine. So researchers found that animal protein, unlike plant-based protein, increase the acid load in the body. And increased acid load means that our blood and tissue and the body does not like the acidic environment and begins to fight it. In order to neutralize the acid, the body uses calcium. So you are chewing bones that you get calcium from it. Therefore, the body is becoming more acidic. So the body will now use your calcium to replace the calcium it needs. That's why most people who eat a lot of meat, a lot of animal product, start or begin to have joint problems or bone related problem, while the focus is that I'm chewing the animal product to build my bones. But rather, the body will not identify that, because it will rather increase your acidic level and it will come into your bones rather to use your calcium. So your food that you have taken did not become your medicine. We need to be mindful of that as well. So we continue. What about fermented foods, especially vinegar? Because some individuals are saying, I have pot belly. Instead of them looking at the wrongful combination and following proper plan, they now be swallowing vinegar. That it will help decrease their pot belly for them. Yes, but look at the effect. Cancers on Diet, page 345, says that vinegar ferments in the stomach and the food does not digest but decay or purifies or putrefy. Putrefy means something that has decay within your belly. So like you chewing meat, and the meat will take 3 days or 3 to 5 days for it to digest and leave your intestine. So the more you take it, you see when you pass out gas, how offensive it is. That is what he's saying, putrefaction or decaying. That is how it resembles. So if you are walking and because of vinegar, things have putrefied or decay in your system, are you taking it as a medicine or you are taking it for personal, other fashion use? So when it decays, as a consequence, the blood is not nourished, but becomes filled with impurities. And which organs will affect? The liver and the kidney, difficult to appear. So vinegar increases inflammation in your blood, thereby taxing your immune system. So be careful about fermented foods. Another fermented food here is the cocoa. You see, when you get your cocoa, the cocoa bean, when you have it in your house, you just unplug and you are taking the seed as you are taking bellies. Fine. But you see, the cocoa bean, when they want to make the chocolate, the Milo and the things, you see, we will need to pass through process. You need to go and get all of them because it's plenty. Let it ferment. And we are talking about fermented foods. So we have something we call trobromine. It's primarily in the cocoa bean because it's fermented and the chocolate. So cocoa powder can vary in amount of trobromine from 2% to the 10% at least. But see, is the trobromine content in that dark chocolate is 10 times more than in milk chocolate. So when you are seeing the colors, to note the ingredient. Now, chocolate contains theobromine, which gives a high then all-time low and can depress the mind. Causes insomnia, means difficulty in sleeping. Overstimulates the nervous system. So you see, chocolate day. See, most people can feed the woman with chocolate, then they become nervous, happy, then least, oh, they are able to get them. So say chocolate day. Then because they have been taking this, we are saying it will overstimulate your nervous system. So you become extremely excited. Then you are off. So if someone is always buying you chocolate, if you want your food as medicine, be careful. It causes stomach irritation because we've talked about its fermentation. Then it will elevate your blood pressure and also restricts blood vessels and depletes your calcium level in your blood, then affects your kidney. But you know what? It becomes addictive. That's why most people are also not able to just easily go off those things. So you see how your food can, as medicine, certain things that we can talk about. So, beloved, every bite that you take in, the point is either going to fight a disease or going to feed a disease. But if it's going to fight a disease, then it means your food is your medicine. But it's going to fight your disease, then I want to remind you that we have a particular drug that we call it as expired drugs. Expired drugs. So if you are taking expired drugs, it will create disease. But if you are taking healthy drugs, it will rather fight your disease. And we want our food to be like that. When diet is wrong, medicine is of no use. So if what you are eating is wrong, you can take all your anti-cancer drugs, but still it will not work because you take the drug, you are still eating the cancer causing or triggering food. When you take cholesterol depletion drugs, you are still eating the foods that will create or build up cholesterol. That's why it says when diet is wrong, medicine is of no use. And when diet is correct, medicine is of no need. That's why we are saying let your food be your medicine. So after consuming this, eating this, what should be your life afterwards? Your life afterwards is that after eating, don't sleep after eating. But after eating, try to sit a while, then take a scroll or a walk. That's what we call the digestive walk. And that will help with the digestion. What if the child is a breastfeeding child who cannot walk after diet? When you finish breastfeeding your child, you just put on your shoulder, then be tapping the back till the child belches. Then it means it will help with the digestion. But immediately after that, you put the child there, the child will vomit and he can aspirate. Aspiration means that whatever want to come out will go back and it will choke the throat and you come and meet a dead baby. So life or what to do after taking the medicine, which is food, is that do not engage in very active activity just after eating. You are going to play ball, then you just finish eating banku. Then you set off, you are going to jog, you vomit. So if you are in a hurry, do not eat. And after every meal, what to do is that take your time for it to digest and you get its purpose. But remember, Jesus is the greatest physician. Why? Because he created us and he created a perfect medicine for us. Therefore, we want to encourage our viewers and our listeners that we have known that a lot of people are passing through diseases because of wrong diet. Because of wrong diet, as in it's chewing, swallowing, or drinking. Therefore, we want to help you elevate those things. That's why we have brought the part 2 successfully to an end, that your food should be your medicine. Else, early morning, you will take full tablet, like 1 cup as your medicine. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Brother George. My food, my medicine. Sister Christiana Sapon says, good day, Sister Hannah and Brother George. God bless you for always wanting the best for your listeners. We appreciate you, and we do appreciate you and value you as well, Sister Christiana. And Sister Doris Odro Rabbi says, very important education. Thank you, Sister Doris, for your time and your love for Richmond Media. Thank you so much, Brother George, for your time and your love for Richmond Media. We do appreciate you. We value you a lot. Your presence alone and the heart that you have for Richmond Media. May God richly bless you. To everyone who made it possible to this program, watching us, listening to us, wherever you are, all over the world, we say, may the good Lord continue to bless you as you continue to throw your support behind Richmond Media, so that each and every week we can bring you a new topic to discuss for everyone to be aware of our health, so that we can live long and to fulfill the promises of God in our lives. Until the same time again, health issues every Sunday, 3 to 4 UK time, and wherever you are, you can convert the time. Now that the time has changed, I think we are having different time from Ghana, and Ghana is 2 to 3. And wherever you are, just convert it and you get the right time to just come and listen. Call your friends and family. Let them come and enjoy the blessings that the Lord is giving us through health issues. My food, my medicine. My name is Hanna Bimah. Until the same time again next week, it is bye-bye for now. Please don't forget to join us for our another program from the beginning. Thank you.
See Suffering.